no one really has a good way of dealing with that. Like, no professional team has said, "Oh, listen, we can fix this."
Just molly.
Anything, like, you just find a way to move that guy out of the way.
Couple of nades, maybe?
Yeah, I feel like that would be worth spending some time to look into, you know, how can you do that? Regardless, now, no armor and USPs here on the Fnatic team. It should make for an easier time for Space Soldiers.
Yeah, chance to make back some of the money that they would have lost from all those players dying. Calyx with the Mac 10, of course. $600 per kill, so should be set. But actually, Flusher will manage to get one. Might be an extra little bit of utility going into the next round. And actually, both Mac 10s are already going to fall, so no real chance for any more money to be made. And we will have the CT side. Well, I'm hoping and praying they're not going to bring these Mac 10s into the next round. But if any
Fnatic
team was going to do it, I feel like this is the one.
Yeah, especially Flusher and JW, right? Like, you could see them just say, okay, let's go for it.
Yeah, I'm not going to have an AWP in this round anyway, so. Then again, I actually, a lot of this tournament, JW hasn't really been picking up the AWP.
I mean, you could play drop and wall with Mac 10s. The problem just is if you have to retake the A-bomb side, then you're not going to have a good time at all. Well, one of them is gone.
Thankfully.
Kim's holding, yeah, maybe to their advantage at the end. No, they're going to throw it away, it seems. Not really interested.
Maybe not grand final material.
Yeah, there's a slight bit of money on the line here, so maybe...
Okay.
Well then.
See, the thing is, I saw JW doing this at Star Series.
Yeah.
And that was when they went 0-3. He just kept rushing plat with the P90 and was just dying over and over again. I'm hoping that there's something planned here. He does get a bit of extra utility, but he could have gone for a FAMAS, could have gone for an MP9 if he really wanted the utility that badly. And I hate the P90 with a passion.
Yeah, WESG wasn't a big fan of it yesterday either. And he sort of picked it up a couple of rounds, JW, and I think even had some success with it. That was at a point in the game when they were winning a lot anyway. So
not
maybe
3-0 down.
Not 3-0 down, not in the grand finals. Definitely not without risk, is it?
No, it's questionable. It's questionable. We'll see if he can make it work. It's not a weapon that most people use, but JW is not most people.
No.
I still miss him using the sawn-off. That was probably like my favorite weapon on this map to see him use, just on the T side, of course.
It's so satisfying, isn't it, when you get one of those kills with the sawn-off?
It sounds so good.
See, those two smokes that they're setting up from the T-spawn are going to land inside of the B-bomb site, and the question is, are they actually going to go behind them, or are they going to rotate back to the A-bomb site? They ran variants of these yesterday where they sort of either committed to it, and some of them, they did the opposite. So, what a cool smoke. Looks like they're going to commit to it. Oh, waiting a little bit. 30 seconds. That's really not a lot of time left.
Just trying to wait for the smoke to fade. JW is going to be up close to the P90. Sprays, but he gets decimated. It doesn't work out up above. Lecro has a chance to stop this push. Already finds a couple, but can't do anything more. It will just be the trades back. Bomb plant not going to be denied either. And once again, CT side left in the retake, but with no kit.
Yeah, this boost is so good when you're on the T side. Very hard to spot. Calyx overextending by quite a bit. And he goes down. A Major going to get a bullet to the face, and it will be Engine to die last. Flusher with a triple. Plenty of time, I think, for the defuse. So the boost was great. I'm pretty sure if he waits until somebody else makes first contact and then goes out from behind the tree, they probably win that round. So that's a bit of a misstep, I believe, and Fnatic will pick up their first round.
Yeah, close one, however. Obviously, money maybe called into question a bit now for the CT side. We'll wonder if we'll see another P90 or Mag 7 or whatever they want to throw in. And the chance, of course, the T's now to reset them.
Yeah, and they know it. We'll see how it works out. MP9 and FAMAS. Keeping it interesting.
I can get behind the MP9 a little bit more, though. Cheaper, you get more reward. The Shredder. Actually, fast play coming straight out from Major. He's going right over towards that plat position. Takes quite a bit of damage. Hunting for this opener will meet JW. Who this time's actually playing with a rifle, left completely blind, but it's only a quick trade. However, I do still feel like that benefits the T side. And this is that sort of play I was talking about. It wasn't Paz, but it's actually this time Major. That's how they gain that drop control. They take all the sort of vision away from this CT side.
And you have to appreciate Major as well, just committing to that fight. You know, he knows he's going to get shot, I think, from the bomb side. Like, there's almost no chance that's not going to get refragged, but his job was something else, and it was just getting the opening. Golden with a nice headshot. Taking down Santaris, never easy. You can give them a lead here, Fnatic. This is looking a bit better. Dangerous moment there, but Lekro is going to survive.
Yeah, now after man advantage fades away, normally Santaris is the one to actually pick up the kills in that scenario. Calyx is also going to fall in the drop as well, and Paz has a lot of pressure on his shoulders here, trying to tap away. Both players unable to connect, and actually Paz is just being whittled away down and leaving Engine alone. 30 seconds left, has control of the bomb. There's 4 players on this B site for Fnatic. There is absolutely no way he gets anything done in this round. Just waiting, likely to try and peak this one as a team. Golden will go down, however. He can at least try and make things a little bit more costly. Crims peaks, a nice shot from Engine. Actually gets the second. However, the time ticks away, and well, he's just going to actually run in, try and get something done. I don't think he has enough time to do anything, and Lekro will eventually close him down.
That's not bad at all. That's a significant amount of damage after they had essentially sort of lost the round. So
yeah,
getting the last 2 kills definitely going to help out a little bit. But no bomb plant, and Fnatic will win the round. So you have to imagine Space Soldiers are going to be low on money at this point. Let's see what they opt in for. Eagles, it seems.
Yeah, still dangerous. JW's got another P90, but this time there's no armor at least. The thing that annoys me is just the fact that it's not better than the MP9, and you make less money and it costs more.
Does have more bullets.
Yeah, but he's a professional player. I feel like he shouldn't need all those bullets. PP Bison has more bullets.
Yeah, you should buy that. I mean, I think the Bison's underrated. I think we're going to see that more in the future.
It's got some pretty cool skins on it as well.
Yeah, and it's the run and gun potential, you know.
Well, didn't like Makalele used to pick it up a bit. I think he's the only player I can really remember that used it.
Yeah. Just look at him now. We shouldn't do this. Flusher. Getting a bit of contact in the middle. Nobody wants to fight him. It feels like that would have been a good range to try for a Deagle fight. Calyx is thinking about it. Really, really wants to take that peak. And he's going to eventually go down to Crims. The rest are going to commit to this B-bomb side, I believe. With 40 seconds left, they try and make their way around the corner. Oh my God, Paz opening up with 2 big headshots. There's your P90 on the floor. Golden now wants to push around the corner, but somehow Space Soldiers have made this very close. Major going to be going down, and next in line is Santaris. Maybe they've run out of steam here. It's still a 2-on-2, but they haven't got a chance to get the bomb down. And Flusher playing this one a bit safely. There's the counter boost coming up. The P90 has been picked up. It doesn't quite work, and Flusher will shut it down. So still, that's a very expensive round. Fnatic not being allowed to build much of a bank.
Yeah, I feel like he should have just stuck with the Deagle. After those 2 crazy shots coming out from Paz, I don't know why he switched to the P90. It pains me a bit.
Yes.
I think JW has now thankfully given up. He's 1-6, so it has not been working. The Pro 90 is not making a return. And yeah, now the T's, well, great chance for them to actually reset Fnatic after doing so much damage in that previous round.
Yeah, I think that's the big bonus right now for the Turkish side, is at least they can get back in quick. Scary prospect. I mean, we talked about this at the beginning. If Fnatic have a good start, and even if it's been close, they've won 3 rounds in a row. So if that continues and they win this round too, we haven't even got to the AWP setup yet. We haven't even got to the point where they have a lot of grenades. I mean, it could get worse from here on out. Nice jump down, though. This split is going to be incredibly dangerous. Crims sees it coming, and somehow he's allowed to get that kill. Good return from Santaris. Major going to take down Golden, and they're just getting kills all across the board. Flusher, the only one left that can stop them at this A-bomb site, and they're everywhere. Lekro going to be the last one left, and he gets dropped. That was way too smooth of a round. Especially because it looked like Crims knew what was coming, but they still couldn't react to it.
Yeah, this sort of abandoned drop control, and I think if there was anything I would say you don't want to do versus Space Soldiers, it's let them have drop. That seems like a very peculiar thing. Oh, the mouse mat is being switched. He's turned it the other way up. So that's all the difference. Now Flush is going to destroy them.
You say that, but if it works, then we're gonna have superstitious people doing it. It's gonna be the new matchmaking thing. Let me just reverse my mouse pad, and things will get better. Lecro to take down Major, who was trying again to be aggressive and have a big presence there on the plateau. This is one of those rounds where Space Soldiers really should be able to win it. If they give it up, then Fnatic are going to be celebrating.
Yeah, JW has managed to retrieve the AK, peeking round. Zantares is on the other side. He's managed to already find a second in this round, and the T's don't really look like they have much of a response. There's some aggression coming out from Crims just to make sure that he has the drop if they do go back towards the A site, but they're continuing this push. JW will meet them again, does a lot of damage, but will eventually fall. Another comes in for Paz, but still the man advantage sticks with this CT side. Flusher spamming away the Deagle. Clearly the mouse mat switch worked perfectly, and now Engine's left all alone. Has to try and find 3 kills, is the only man with a rifle. They're going to try and boost up again.
He somehow saw that boost, but still, they're right on him, charging him down, and Golden will take care of business at the end. No respect there. There'll be another round for Fnatic.
Yeah, clearly it worked.
It did. Now we have to deal with that in matchmaking. Now,
well, I've got a full desk mouse mat at home, so that's going to be quite difficult.
one of those really long ones that you have to roll out.
Got like my monitor and everything on top of it because it's too big.
I found this trick. You know those. I think you use them for like sofas and stuff, like fabric cleaning cloths. I sometimes wipe my mouse pad with that, and it's all new again. It's really nice, really good trick.
Or washing machine.
But never try that.
Quick push coming in. JW SMG again, but it's Lecro on the site. Holding back only a couple of rifles with some pistols this round for Space Soldiers. They're on that reset round once again. Lecro can't quite connect, but eventually he picks himself up the second. And again, the T's just look stagnant on the plat. They've been stuck once again. And all that's left is Calyx, and he'll eventually be taken down. Fnatic, a couple of rounds in a row now, and I think that is the second time, or third time even, that Space Soldiers have tried to push towards B, and they've just got stuck.
Yeah, especially the plateau isn't working. Like, the drop play seems to be better for them, but the plateau stuff is getting shut down pretty hard. I'll give you a trick, Tom, because you mentioned the washing machine. I've convinced my wife early on that I don't know how it works. So then, whenever something has to be done, she's like, I just can't figure it out, you know?
You just start hitting it, just like...
So just do that with everything, every sort of thing like that. Just, how does it...
So just basically pretend you're an 8.
The vacuum cleaner, like, I just don't
start
understand.
like kicking it and hoping that it turns on.
Downside is you will be treated like a child, even
Also, you have just said it on stream.
Yeah, but she's asleep now, I think. So hopefully she won't find out.
She's always watching.
Yeah. Well, she'll go through the stream later on. Listen.
I knew it.
Oh man. AKs and that one M4. It's always scary when the CT suddenly have 4 AK-47s. I'm not sure about the overall money for Fnatic, but it must be building slowly in the right direction as well. Especially if they can come out with everyone alive in this round. Quite like this flashbang from Crims. I think we saw that earlier as well in the tournament. Good way to pop flash your way back in to the ramp. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is looking like we're just seeing this one Deagle just juggled around between different players. It was bought by Calyx, ended up with Engine, now has hit the hands of Zontara. It's probably the man you'd most want to have it on this team, although Paz has done some work so far, but oh, it's actually the Glock to find a solitary kill. I can't imagine much more of this, and Wild Zontares will eventually be executed. 4 players survive for Fnatic. Wondering if we will see an AWP from them on the CT side. It's not something they've needed so far, doing well on cobbles so far.
Yeah, and I think there's been some games at least here at WESG where JW's actually, he's picked it up and then had it for like 1 round and then you know.
Yeah, didn't want it anymore.
Yeah, like he's actually sometimes giving it away to somebody else. I think Lecro was even using it at one point just because he doesn't seem that confident with it at the moment. And fair play to him, like, you know, he's doing just fine anyway, so just do something else in that case.
Yeah, this round actually Flusher.
Yeah. And he's playing alone in danger. Which is a bit risky with the AWP, but why not?
I wonder if he just spotted the legs of Engine as he went to cross. Majority of players still over towards this B side of the map for the T's. Just setting up again. I do hope they go back to the sort of drop play. It is more classic Space Soldiers anyway on this T side, so I'm quite surprised we have just seen like plenty of bursts out towards this plat position. And here we go. It's looking like they're about to try and set up Zontaras in his realm. Calyx will likely push in just behind him. And it's quite a passive hold, actually, from the CT side. Nobody actually in drop. Golden around the window, but eventually will have to relinquish control.
Yeah, Lecro hoping for a pre-fire. A bit frustrating for Zontaras that he can't get an easy fight in here. So much easier to execute the rest of the strat if they've already got one kill. Smoke is down, but now there's only 35 seconds, and the bomb is starting to make its way in. This setup for Fnatic, one of the, like, either Lecro or JW has to get the first kill here. I feel like if one of them go down, then that's probably the end of it. And oh my God, Lecro! What just happened? Turning around, 4 headshots in the space of 5 seconds. An Engine now, he's going to be wondering what on earth just happened.
That's one of the most disgusting things I think I've ever seen. Lecro with a lineup of headshots destroys the round. Engine is left just to try and just hold on to his weapon. That was a perfect lineup. I don't think I've ever seen a lineup that perfect.
Where did they all go, Tom? What just happened? They just absolutely disappeared.
And he then turns around and headshots the guy on plat as well. He didn't need anyone else in that round. Oh, I want to see this again.
That's so stupid. If you submitted this clip to Reddit, people would just say you just faked it. They say, hey, you just got your friends do that. Haha. Great stuff. That's
I can't actually, I got no words. That's disgusting.
What do you do if you're Space Soldiers and you're sort of like summarizing every round, like, you don't even know if that round would have worked. You're just like, oh, like, the setup could have been fine.
Yeah.
Everything else could have been fine. And you're
Well,
like,
even if they're just like slightly separated a bit, someone gets that trade kill like 9 times out of 10.
yes.
It's just because they were so perfectly lined up that it's just made easy for Lecro.
And if they get that trade kill, then the last, well, one person is pushing JW on the plateau.
Yeah.
And JW now also has to worry about the drop. And no one can help him because the door is smoked off. So the round, I mean, they might not win the round, but they certainly get the bomb down at least.
Yeah. Oh, well, that would have made a big difference. We've had a decent streak of rounds coming in for Fnatic once again. It's going to be the solo rifle, of course, saved on Engine, and everybody else just investing a bit into pistols. The Deagles trying to do some damage once more. JW tempted to go a little bit aggressive here. Should be caught out, and eventually will be. Lecro's here once again, though, just looking to shut down the round already. Gives the man advantage back to his team. Takes a lot of damage, though, so we'll just opt to fade away. There is another rifle now to be picked up, but getting it's not going to be easy.
Lecro's got himself fired up from that last round. Just feeling it. Just with the lack of grenades and only the 1 AK there. Well, it is on Zontaras. He's got no armor, though, which is a bit of a shame. That's what you really want to see. Maybe then there was a chance to get in here. So decent grenade from Golden. Connecting with the head of Engine. Yeah, they are getting shut down. Lecro with another triple. And Major just looking to do some damage if he can. This is a very, very good first half for Fnatic now. Like, it's spiraling out of control, Tom. I'm not... my hopes for Space Soldiers are dwindling pretty quickly.
Yeah, 8 rounds, winning the CT half on the map pick of Space Soldiers as well. So
after losing the pistol. So that's pretty good.
But yeah, it doesn't really get much better. 8 and 4. I believe the T side should have a bye going back into this round. Obviously, Engine had some money troubles because he had that AK save from the previous, but it just really limits his utility a little bit. The rest of the team will still have a full buy, but they're going to want to try and win the last few rounds of this half. Flusher will be on that AWP once again, this time over towards long, and has a bit of support as well. And I don't think we've seen much or any in terms of A plays actually from Space Soldiers when it comes to buy rounds. So this will be a first, making their way towards Flusher, and already he'll pick up the opener. Support from Crims, but he actually misses the shot and gives it back to a 4v4.
A great presence of mind for Calyx to actually check that. Once you've lost that first guy to the AWP, you could get that tunnel vision effect where you're just all chasing him down. So don't want any of that. Flusher. Oh no, there's no cover behind that wooden wall. Now trying to fall back. Golden not going to be able to get around the corner. Somehow JW just finding that headshot. Still a 2-on-3, and JW is going to be going down. Not really the classic play for Paz to actually run and fight them before the bomb is down, but he will, and it works. And Lekro now 1 versus 3, going to spray down another one, making it a 1-on-1. Oh my god.
Oh, he thinks it's B. I don't think he spotted out the bomb. Either that or there's an AWP somewhere for him to pick up. No, that's actually all the way back over towards A long. So
I think he's playing for the afterplant. He's saying it's going to be a couple of seconds before engine plants. When he does, he will never, like, in Engine's mind, Lekro's probably still up there somewhere right now. So it'll be like 20 seconds before Engine starts to think, oh, he could be coming. And there it is. He's all the way up there. What an incredible read from Lekro. Back-to-back rounds. Quad kill, then triple kill, then 1 versus 3 clutch into this. That's absolutely godlike.
Well, he said after IEM that tournament win definitely boosted his confidence. We're seeing it here, 9-4. He's just got 10 kills over the last 3 rounds.
I was really worried because there was some talk in the Swedish circles that Lekro was like an up-and-coming player, and then we saw him burst into the scene at DreamHack Masters in Malmö, and he looked really good. But then it was like there was just a long period after that where he disappeared, where nothing happened. It was, you know, and I was a bit worried that he was just going to disappear. You know, then that was it. We saw him the one time, and super exciting to see him at this level. Definitely playing well. 9-4.
He's 19-7 at the moment.
What a maniac.
Well, T side, they do get the bomb down. With the loss bonus built up, they will be able to get themselves another buy. Not a team really renowned for their AWPing, so it won't be necessary. And there is Zontares stepping up in this drop position. Looks to just continue towards Crims, but he's actually caught again. It's going to be Lekro to give that man advantage back. The split now broken as it's all going to come from one direction. Flusher even able to escape, and he's going to go for the repeat, feeling confident, and takes himself a second in this round. Leaves Engine, and well, Flusher doesn't look like he's done just yet. Nate will even connect onto Major, going for no scopes. This is what you're worried about, Anders. They're starting to get a little bit too confident for my liking.
Yeah, you could tell Flusher is not really worried any longer, and it's just playing his game. It's a good shot from Major, but he is also completely boxed in. And JW will find him at the end. 10-4, and moving now into the 15th round. Fnatic are more or less completely taken over. It's getting just a little bit scary. Pause being called for by Major. And this is their map pick as well.
I always feel like pauses like this are just a little bit late. Like, I suppose he can use this pause to sort of decide what they're actually going to be buying into this round, like with the amount of money that they have. A couple of players getting AKs but having to drop head armor. But it's sort of like you've got to the point where Fnatic now already have 10 rounds. I feel like with that many in a row, 7 in a row, there should have been a pause called earlier.
Yeah, you want to do it when you still have a realistic shot at sort of getting back into it.
Yeah.
There's no point in calling for the ceasefire when the enemy's in your bunker and you've already lost the ball.
I don't know, it might be like a last-ditch effort. Just cry and see if they let you live.
How about we call it even then? Just leave it at that. Well then, not in any way what I was expecting out of this first half. Started off really well for Space Soldiers, but after a lot of admittedly close rounds, like a lot of, you know, 1v1s, 2v2s in the beginning that Fnatic won, and then that was too much apparently.
Well, yeah, throwing away a 1v3 just moments ago. Obviously, fantastic play from Lekro, but You still have to look at the T side and go, that's not a round you should ever be losing.
Yeah.
And this is not the time when you want to be throwing those rounds away. CT side looking to go aggressive. Flashbang actually catches Letcro, and it will be Paz to give that man advantage over. The king of Cobble so far is dead. Will anybody take his mantle? Not so far. JW only manages 1 kill, and Paz again is there to turn things back. In the meantime, there's been a push through long. Crims all the way into middle.
Yeah, this is a really great mid-round call coming out of Space Soldiers. Pretty good chance if they act soon that Crims is going to get completely boxed in, and there should be almost no way. Yeah, he's going to go down to Calyx, and Flusher and Golden left in a 2-on-4. Another one of those situations where they should never lose this. They don't actually have a smoke to cross here, so throw the bomb maybe? An Engine can pick it up if they jump like this. Oh my god, Flusher so quick on that one. Calyx gone. So that's, without anything else happening, that's a 2-on-3 now.
They're managing to get the bomb across at least, so they do still have a man advantage. Flank coming in already. Golden turns it back into a 2 versus 2. Zontares and Engine to try and hold on to things. They know where Flusher is. Molotov will be damaging, but Zontares has hit the headshot. It's left all onto the in-game leader, all onto Golden. He doesn't know where the second player is either, so Engine will end the round. A 5th at least on the board for Space Soldiers. But at the same time, a dominating half from Fnatic.
Yes, it really was. There were really a lot of close rounds in that first half. But I almost sometimes think that's even worse. Like I think it will tear harder into your team if you have a ton of rounds where you have that 3 versus 2, 3 versus 1, and you lose too many of those. Like that will really mess with the team confidence.
Well, so I think it's comparable to, like, you look at how close the MVP Fnatic game was, the first map, and then the second map was actually the map that MVP managed to take off of Virtus Pro. So clearly one that they're decent at, but they just got obliterated because you play so many close rounds, you have a long sort of drawn-out game, and it just mentally drains you when you kind of think back to it and go, well, if we won that, could have worked. Yeah.
Hopefully Space Soldiers won't be thinking too much about that right now, because there is still a second half to play. If they can win the pistol and win the first rifle round, then things are, back on track in a way. Grenade damage actually already dished out to Fnatic, which is pretty good. 2 men back there at Chicken Coop is a bit of a mind game. You spot one and maybe get the kill on him, then you just ignore the second. Does happen a lot. Calyx is going to be going down, actually, reacting right away. And now Golden getting the kill on Zontares. That's a bit of a problem. Engine going to pick up one. And again, he's just trying to sell himself being over here. Now, how much does Major have to do for this to have been worth it? Bomb is being planted. There's the headshot on one, but what a turnaround for Crims. They went for that deep mind game, and it almost worked out. If he gets a double kill, that might just be the round.
However, the cross to get the bomb back could be quite difficult. Both players going to peek Paz at the same time. Still haven't retrieved it yet. Paz just not able to connect the shots, and while the bomb is now taken by Crims, he has to go pushing back in, tries to take the 1v1 battle, but he's just not connecting any of the shots, and now the time starts to play a factor. There was never a kit in this round for Space Soldiers. Paz trying to use the plant pot to defend himself, does manage to get past the threshold, but again, he just can't connect a single bullet. Finally, he'll find one, and gets Crims as well.
He had 1 bullet left after that. Then he would have had to have reloaded, and he would have surely been dead. I was about to make a joke that one of the essential components of winning a 1 versus 2 is hitting bullets, but he just waited until the very end.
I don't know how.
Certainly making it exciting, isn't he? That was a almost unbelievable 1 versus 2. I'm kind of shocked that he got that.
Oh, there is that pistol, that all-important pistol going the way of Space Soldiers. They've now won both. We'll have T-side just going to save this round, go for a few pistols, try and do some damage. And we'll be buying back up with the AK. So still an early round buy for Fnatic available to them.
Leave the armor alone. It's like a museum or something, isn't it? Like, no manners at all, these Swedish players.
No, we definitely saw that in the first half.
Yeah, and they're so well-mannered out of games. I don't think I've ever heard a Swedish person being angry in real life. No, I'm not sure they know how.
What about the Danish people?
Supposedly we're the happiest people on earth. I think every year we
Well, that's definitely
win
not
that.
the British. I can tell you that now.
I don't know how it can be the Danish. I don't know. I hardly know any Danish people that are happy. I think people just lie on the. I think.
Yeah, maybe you're just the best liars.
Yeah, I think that might be more true. Like I think we got so proud the first year we won it that we just all decided without even talking about it. Just said, let's next time they come and ask us, let's just win it every year.
It's like university satisfaction. Everybody's is at something like 100%, which is definitely not true.
Yeah, if you've ever been to university, you know that can't be true.
T-side looking to make their way towards this A site. Chance to do some damage. Crims does at least manage to take one. Now every kill here is going to be so valuable. What a nice spray from Paz. 3 kills. JW left without any hope in this round. And they only lose 1. Not bad for Space Soldiers. It'll still be a rebuy going into the next round and will make a bit more of a chance for Fnatic to reset them back to nothing, especially now that the AKs are coming.
We'll see how this plays out. I think this is the big test. The momentum boost you get from winning that pistol, especially in a 1 versus 2 clutch, it'll last you a little while, but if you lose this next round, then you probably feel like, oh, yeah, now they're right back again. If you win it, got a good shot, I think.
Chance for Space Soldiers to kickstart themselves into this. JW loves sort of this aggression over towards Plat early, but the nades, I'm going to tag him down a little bit. Actually didn't do anywhere near as much as I thought they would. Still just working around the smokes and bullets flying past him left, right, and center. Already, JW will get one. Actually, Letcro chimes in as well, leaving Calyx up close to try and do things with this UMP. T's are actually going to rotate the bomb towards him now. A little bit of aggression coming out from Paz on the other side.
Where did that grenade come from?
The heavens.
Did somebody throw it at Letcro? Or did he throw it and it got stuck inside him? I just don't even understand. 3 versus 4 now. Boost a little bit late here in the round. Calyx up with the UMP. Oh, sorry, the M4. No, it is Calyx, yeah. With the M4 up on the boost. Engine gets a kill, then goes down, and they're all around him. And no chance for him to cover that many angles. And that means the flank here for Paz probably just... If you get a really early kill and take no damage, maybe you go for it. But yeah, most of the time, just back off instead. Might be the better choice. So, first rifle round for Fnatic in the second half, and they pick it right up.
Yeah, now the CT side are sort of left in a bit of a questionable situation because they've got a couple of players who'll be able to get rifles into the next round. Obviously, there's the chance for them to do damage back to Fnatic's economy, so they'll... I think they probably will go for it. There'll be a huge temptation to. But Major will have to go for maybe a UMP, and then Paz could drop the same. It'll be somewhat a similar buy. That's a bit of the problem of that bomb going down is you either have the choice to just go for all rifles and hope you don't lose anyone, or have a sort of couple of UMPs, and then if you do lose a player in that round, it's not really that much of a problem. However, here they're left in the aftermath, and they kind of have to force.
I enjoy Flusher's enthusiasm when it comes to the I-5. He's just sort of just...
I feel like he's a man of very little emotion.
Yeah, do you think it's all a game? Do you think he's, when he's off camera and, you know, just when he's not playing, he's a different person? I wonder about it.
Possible.
It is kind of intriguing, isn't it, though? Maybe they should do studies on him.
I don't know if he'd be too happy about that. The mind games of Flusher.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a bad person to study, though.
University of Stockholm just called him in.
CT side. They have invested. Got a few rifles on the board.
JW's not going to be happy about that, is he? Just some guy running with a UMP and shooting into the ground and takes away half his health. He's still moving forward, though. He can probably guess they won't have too much utility, so less of a chance he'll run into grenades. Finds an edge. It's a really dangerous gap in the smoke there. They're both all around him, so how much is he going to get? There's one kill at least. Wants a bit more, hoping for a second one. Doing a fair bit of...
It's all a fake.
Yeah, it is, but he's just buying so much time. Almost all rotated out of the A-bomb site. Major is going to be going down.
Yeah, it's left onto just one man on this side itself. Paz to try and hold on as everybody's now going to be pushing in. Crim's already holding off the rotations as well, and Paz needs to do something incredible here. He does manage to drop the bomb, turn it back into a 3v2. Engine's found another, and although the strategy was perfect, the fake was perfect, maybe the round won't go their way. Flusher trying to turn the tide once again. The bomb's made its way onto the site, so they know where both of these players are now for Fnatic. They've got themselves a kit, but there's no utility to get back into the site, so it's just going to have to be one of these players winning an individual duel, and Paz will lose his. Engine is left all alone, and the kit is now dropped.
Very, very hard. How does he even get onto the site without crossing Flusher? Got to the first part, but now way out in the open. And look at the wrong way. Lekr0 will take him down. That was always going to be tricky once it was a 1 versus 2. So 12-7. A 5-round lead here in favor of the Fnatic team. 24 kills on Lekr0, which is definitely impressive. And Santara's not really as effective as I think they need him to be.
Well, yeah, both him and Calyx are quiet, and they're normally the two sort of heavier hitters for this team. Paz is there, Engine's there. It's a sort of peculiar scenario for Space Soldiers where their two best players aren't showing up, and the other two, or two of the others, are. So, yeah, worrying prospects for them on their map choice. Of course, Inferno is another that they're very happy to play, so it's not the end of the world, but they definitely would have wanted to take this first map, and they will still want to try and take it.
Yeah, but we're getting to a point now where it's not that it's impossible, but you're running out of a buffer to really play with. Flusher, even taking a while to wonder. Maybe, do you think there was like a half a second of mercy where you think, you know, maybe
No.
just let him be?
Or just like walk past him.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, they've got 1 kill so far, and Fnatic are slowly... Well, they were gravitating to the other side. If they come back to B, it could be interesting. They don't have that many grenades left, Fnatic. And if... Depending on where they use that Molotov, and especially with the time that's left, wonder if Major could surprise them at the end of this round.
Seen this once from him already, through the legs. Lekr0 manages one, and well, there's a chance he could maybe drop the bomb, but there's so much time left that, yeah, in the end it won't matter. Sort of like a fool me once sort of thing. They've tried it before.
Yeah, and I think they would have needed, like the rest of the team would have had to have stayed alive to buy time. Like they would have needed to keep that fight going for 10, 15 seconds more. Then maybe there was a slight chance, but...
And even then, they might have just killed him anyway.
Yeah, that's true. So still kind of sketchy. 13-7, a bye round. Not quite the last, but after this, they're going to be fighting for overtime if they can't win it. So it is getting dangerously close here. And the Swedes of Fnatic are just looking very powerful here at the first map of the Grand Finals. JW pushing in. And they're boosting right on the other side. The timing is just so good for JW. Now, is he going to wait for a teammate here? Or look at all the rest. They're all on their A ramp with the bomb as well. He's sneaking on through. Oh, Major! How does he get that kill? That's such a quick reaction from him.
And a crucial one at that. Lekr0 pushing onto the site. Paz will be ready and waiting. Gives a 2-man advantage, but it doesn't last too long. In fact, Crims has caught another Engine. Manages to shut this down, though. Space Soldiers, they will get themselves an 8th. Still a 5-round lead for Fnatic. And actually, I believe JW didn't actually have that much money going into this scenario, so maybe not a whole lot of cash. I think the rest of the team will be okay, though.
This is where you could learn, I think, something about the depth on Space Soldiers, because I think we've seen them win interesting games before where they've sort of like rolled. I think even better opponents where they've sort of like come in really powerfully, and you know, people underestimate Centaurus and suddenly they win the game. But coming back like this takes a different kind of strength in a team. And see if Space Soldiers have what it takes here. They've lost Paz already, who tried to be aggressive. Didn't work out for him this time. Good refrag, though. Oh. That is so dirty, isn't it? Spraying through the smoke and getting that headshot.
And it's on Tars as well. He's removed from action. T-side can just opt to slow back down. Not a whole lot of utility left, and still a minute 10 for the T's to take control. Gambling a little bit more over towards the B side, but understandable. Definitely the easier to take of the two. Drop control seems to be their next point of attack. Now CTs, they may become somewhat desperate for information. That's the one thing about Cobblestone, is sort of getting information on this map is so difficult. You pretty much have to risk peeking into a crosshair. Calyx will hear the footsteps as they look to pincer him in, and that's exactly what they'll be doing. JW takes him down. Major with 2 quick kills, though. He may have turned this round back into contention. There's a long rotation coming in from his teammate as well in the form of Engine. Major, his main goal, just stay alive as long as possible, but JW ends that thought very quickly indeed, and probably would have heard Engine's footsteps. In fact, I'm certain he has. Once again, it's a clutch situation for Space Soldiers. Left with so much to do, and again, just shots being missed. JW won't. 4 kills for him in this round, and Fnatic now take themselves a 14th, and the money once again is screwed.
Yeah, that's a huge win. See a little bit of a laugh there on JW. Never a good sign if you're playing against them. Yeah, the problem with that flank through the hallways is it's only good as long as you have someone on the bomb site that can distract them. As soon as that goes away, then it's kind of hard to get down from the plateau.
We got Nova.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not quite the sawn off, but sort of halfway there.
He's still got a nice sound. We'll see if he can do anything with it. The thing is, normally it's sort of a bit of a meme gun. Well, there's the Molotov out. The Wolf Force Major off of that spot. JW with the opener once again. Looking for a little bit more. Tries to transition before the player's dead, and that will fail. And Zantares does actually manage a refrag. There's a few weapons dropped once again. Engine with the CZ. We know how deadly this pistol can be. Flusher just trying to tap him. Game of whack-a-mole being played. And actually, Engine's going to continue his push forward. Here comes the Nova. Does a lot of damage onto Flusher. Paz around the back. He's got so many players, half of them blind. Zantares picks up 2, in fact, and a 3rd as well. Space Soldiers back into the round from very little, and there it is. A 4K from Zantares. It always happens eventually.
It's always one round. You're right again. And the Nova, I think, just playing a distraction. It is loud, so, you know, they just had to try and deal with that. 14-9, though.
Look at the money on the T side.
Fnatic feeling so confident, they're just like, yeah, well, listen, I mean, just make it work anyway. Can't have any more mistakes out of the Turkish side now. They've more or less got to play flawlessly from here on out. It's not going to be easy. Oh, it's a nice grenade. To have JW's ears ringing for a little while. Flusher creeping him. It's a nice off angle. Paz just standing in the middle of that room. No way for Flusher to see that coming. JW going to be going down. Signs of life still, I think, from the Space Soldiers side.
And well, we yet to really see this team with like a full setup on the CT side, full utility and AWP if they want it. Like we saw during the major that Paz would pick it up at times. Engine also, and in fact CT side's Calyx, so definitely a possibility for the AWP to come in eventually. Still not in this round, but there's no money for the T's anyway, so this is a chance for cash to be farmed up, and if there was any way the Space Soldiers would be able to streak some rounds together, it's going to be once their economy is maxed out.
Is Paz topping the scoreboard for Space Soldiers with Engine not that far behind. Real test for them early on here. An enormous amount of money on the line for the first place, so you don't want to be absent in this game, this is where you really want to show up and have the game of your life. Paz doing a good job following up that kill as Calyx with a double. They should walk in front.
JW going for a knife there.
Why not?
I feel like he was. Try and make some extra money. Tees will have somewhat of a bare bones buy, a few smokes at least, but unlikely to have any Molotovs. Unless, of course, somebody was to drop down to a UMP, but they will not. Flawless rifles for the CTs. And while we were talking about this earlier, the 4 AKs currently on Space Soldiers, so they've saved what they can. 3 rounds the difference. T-side already going to be setting some smoke, so maybe going to go for a bit of a faster play towards his A site.
JW actually not going to commit to the plateau play. He's done that a lot, and he's had a lot of success doing it. So if they really were going to go for this A-ramp push, then would make a little bit of sense to have him there. Instead, he's going to be back in the drop instead. Engine nearly getting caught. That could have been the end of him. He's almost out of grenades as well, and there is a guy coming from that direction as well. He's going to take down Engine, leaving Paz in a lot of trouble. Needs some kind of help here. This is not really working out very well for Space Soldiers at the moment. There's Lekro, there's Flusher. And now 2 versus 5. They lost control of this round very quickly.
Still, both players are on the site. I wonder if they actually know this. It seems like they do. The bomb already starting to rotate back away. They have B under full control, and Calyx with only 15 HP left. Need some sort of miracle. Maybe if they all line up, you know, and he can hit 3 headshots in a row. Not going to happen. 15-11. Map point on the opponent's pick coming in for Fnatic. But at least there'll be cash to buy in for the CT side.
Ooh, Flusher looking animated.
It's because he's turned his mouse mat the other way around, that's what.
I mean, that was the turning point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Next, we're going to find out in a couple of years that he was actually left-handed all along, and it was just... That's when he becomes good. Double AWP. So that is the last-ditch attempt here for Space Soldiers. Not that far away. I mean, they can get it into overtime if they can make this double up work. And you see what Fnatic do to deal with it. Something like... if you execute fast enough on B, sometimes you can catch people with the AWP. There's Crims opening up on Calyx and Taris. Nice headshot on one. Not going to get the second headshot right away, and Major will pick off JW, winning that plateau battle finally.
Golden trying to make his way towards Zantares. They are moving back towards this B side of the map. Actually, only 2 players here. Normally, it's the heavier stacked of the 2. Major picks off another with the AWP. Really bringing this play has worked for him, and Golden trying to smoke off Zantares, but he's still waiting and ready to try and take him down. Wins the battle once again. A double for Zantares in the end, and Flusher left into a 1v4. Definitely seen crazier things, but he's pushing right into the angle. Actually hits the first shot. Major is just around the corner. Gonna try and fake flash them out. Doesn't normally work too often. In fact, nobody's gonna be looking away. Major waiting around this corner. Only 20 seconds left for Flusher to make some sort of play. An Engine is there on the flank as well. Will be spotting him out, and now completely surrounded. Hits the first, looks for the second. He's just running out of time, and well, they know it as well. They're gonna try and stop any chance. Not anything done in the end, and Space Soldiers, they are going to hit a 12th.
Yeah. It's hard sometimes to know whether people are... They're sort of bordering on the line of playing carefully or scared against Flusher. It's not quite clear if it's one or the other, but they managed to make it out, so that's all fine. And I mean, at this point, Paz is catching up to Lekro even. Surely, but slowly. 15-12 right now. They need 3 more rounds, and then we'll be in overtime, which that would be interesting. See what happens then.
Yeah, when money stops becoming a factor. I think we've been doing 16K as well, so plenty of cash.
I quite like that.
Yeah, I like when sort of all financial restraints come out of the game. I wouldn't even mind if people did just... Well, because that's what people worry about, sort of the auto snipers coming in, but if they can't win it in normal time, why not? Let them play with what they want. M249s all round.
Yeah, especially the auto sniper is a good idea.
Wow. T-side not even close to being able to afford it in this round. They've got themselves a couple of CZs, which we've already seen from Fnatic. The pistols are not always a detriment to this team. Aggressive position from Engine. Has to be careful. He's actually caught off by Golden, and there's nobody else actually in this A site. Paz is holding from a distance with the AWP, but misses the shot, and they're going to be starting to get closer to him. He'll lose his life as well. Another for Flusher. Looking to turn this right back once again, maybe even ending it here. Zontares is still alive and kicking, but he's the only one. 2 HP, 4 spies for this Fnatic side have been unbelievable, and they will do it once again. 16 and 12, they take the map pick of their opponent. Cobblestone will go their way. And while they now